Hi, my name is Priyanka and I've recently been watching some of Beryl Shishwaski's videos where she takes one food item and tries different versions of it from across the world. So I thought that seems like a lot of fun and I wanted to try it for myself. So this video is about breakfast recipes from 7 different states of India. I mean, why go around the world when India in itself is a whole effing world of food? So let's get started. I know Punjab literally means land of 5 rivers, but it could easily mean land of super tasty, super heavy food. Breakfast in Punjab looks like chole bhature, missi roti, kulche, etc. But today what we're making is Paneer Paratha. Now paneer, because dairy is another thing used in abundance in Punjab. So recently I ate paratha at a Burmese restaurant. So I do know that it's not just a staple food of Punjab, but many other states in India, even outside India. Time to eat. So my effort to look like a professional chef and align the chutney in a certain way failed miserably. Let's see. I mean, there's nothing much to say here because it's like I make this very often. Maybe not paneer parathas, but parathas very often. So paratha is a staple breakfast for me too, even though I'm not from Punjab. So whenever we eat anything else like upma or poha and things like that, my dad would be like, what is this kind of breakfast? Eat something really healthy. So parathas for North Indians is considered to be like, I think it's a typical stereotype that is the most healthy sort of food. Although it might not be. When the stuffing is so much that it's sort of coming out from the edges, that's my favorite type of paratha. So if I have to count the tricks that make a good paratha, I think ghee is a must, at least like 1 spoon of ghee. Then as I said, a lot of stuffing as much as possible. Then I think when you roll out the paratha in the starting before you've stuffed it, I like to add salt and chili powder at that point too, so that it's evenly spread. Even if there's some part of the paratha where the stuffing is missing, it would still taste good because it has some masala in it. I have loved Sabudana ever since I was little, but never knew where it comes from. Oh, by the way, it's called tapioca pearls in English. I mean, talk about elevating the status. It is actually made of cassava root, which looks something like this. Basically, all the starch is extracted out of this root and solidified for our fancy friends to make boba, and for the desis to make sabudana kheer, tikki, and of course khichdi, which, by the way, is also what I'm making today. Okay, if I have to be honest, I burnt this a little bit to the point that I can smell the burn and I might want to cough a little bit, but just in case you didn't get a good enough look. So I know we're not supposed to add salt and red chili powder. I like a little spice in this. I don't like them like fully bland with just black salt. But yeah, maybe if an authentic Maharashtrian who knows how to properly cook Sabudana khichdi, if they make it, I might like it without the red chili powder. Okay, not lying, good. It's good. The burning taste is very light. I could almost ignore it. Okay, this is genuinely very tasty. Maza aaya. I'm already worried about it getting over. I don't know, it's a Maharashtrian food. Because we also eat sabudana, but it's not like a staple breakfast. We eat this usually on days of fasting, which is like Navratra or something. So we won't eat the entire day, and in the evening, we as in my mom, like whoever fasts. I think this could be one of the simplest breakfast recipes there is, like in the whole world, because what do you have to do? The most work that is involved in making this is cutting the potatoes, because everything else is like you just have to keep adding. So there's one more reason to like it. I like it when we eat the entire thing and then in the bowl there's oil and masala left. This was a happy breakfast. Let's see what's tomorrow. I just love to get up early on the weekends. It's not a fitness thing, it's just that I love to gorge on insane street breakfasts and then come back home and take a major nap. Yep, not everybody can relate to that level of lazy, I know. Anyways, that's not the point. Radha Bhalavi. Searched and searched on the internet and still no conclusion on the correct pronunciation. This is also called Kachori in Bengal, but Kachoris for Rajasthan is a little different from this, so this to me feels much closer to puris, and I'm guessing I'm going to love this with aloo dom. I swear I cannot believe that this was my first attempt. I mean, I've made puris before, but this was a bit more complicated, stuffed, and I was really worried if it would fluff in the first go or not, but it did. You see this? Like there's that masala and stuff. Let's see. I know it's like I've made a food video, so I have to say that it's amazing about every dish. I have to go crazy, wow, this, that. But it genuinely is very good. So when it comes to Bengali food, I've only had authentic kathi rolls from Kolkata, which, by the way, amaze. Like hands down, it's not a hype. Definitely amazing. Then I've had sandesh. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but I have to admit I didn't like it that much. It's first of all it's sweet, so that's I have a bias against sweets. And then secondly, it's dry. You know, as they say, khana feels so nachi. Whenever I measure things and cook, it feels a lot like work. That's what I don't like about my work, is that I have to be very careful about the details and be very, very meticulous. So like in my pastime and in my hobbies and while I'm like doing things for fun like cooking, I don't want to be exact and consistent and this and that. But overall, I think I'll give myself 8 out of 10. Not because I'm cocky. Well, I am that, but heen, underrated. People who say I don't like heen, I don't like them. Any Bengalis watching, please invite me home for dinner or lunch or breakfast or snacks or something. Okay, today we're making Indore Poha. Poha was initially a Maharashtrian dish only, but then Maratha warriors came and invaded Madhya Pradesh and they brought Poha and Shrikhand with them. It is the quintessential North Indian breakfast, and I think we North Indians eat so much rotis and parathas that poha is a much needed gluten-free break. Oh, I really have a knack for burning things, don't I? I mean, I'm not going to be like, oh, I ate, oh, wow, amazing. Wow, बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. I eat this very often, minus the pomegranate seeds. I would have nailed it if I didn't go crazy with the salt. This one time in Bangalore, my roommates were from Indore and Bhopal, and they had their friends come over. And I was like, okay, let me make poha for breakfast. And they were like, we are Indoris and you are going to make poha for us. Like, what a joke. And they were like, no bullshit, we will make it. And today you will learn how to eat poha. Ever since that day, I make poha like they taught me to. I mean, I don't mind the pomegranate seeds that much, but I could do without them. But it's not as bad as having pomegranate seeds in bhel. Oh my god, I hate it whenever people add fruits in bhel. Like, don't try to make something that is supposed to be unhealthy or wanting to make it like super healthy, nutritious, add fruits and full fancy and all that. No. Peanuts and curry patta change the game for any dish. It's not some subdued ingredient like it's there, it's not there, it won't make a difference. Peanuts really add a lot of texture.
Okay, here's a question. Who beats South Indians when it comes to breakfasts?
No one.
Yes. This is one really healthy, protein-packed breakfast that we're making today. It's called Pesaratu Upma. Pesaratu is essentially a combination of two Telugu words, Pesara, which is green gram, and Attu, which is a crepe or a dosa. And when you stuff this with upma, it's called Pesaratu Upma.
This is looking so legit. If it doesn't taste good, then I'm going to be really upset. But see, I am a little concerned as to how a flat bread, roti, or pancake sort of texture goes with upma. Because I've never had anything like this. Okay, let's try. Not bad. One of my favorite recipes in the entire world for like any meal is idli sambar. I can eat idli sambar anytime. Some people are like, idli is so bland, but I mean, I love the combination idli sambar and then that nariyal chutney. This also, I know you're supposed to eat with nariyal chutney or tomato onion chutney. South Indians brilliant with their chutneys. Honestly, I don't know the exact difference between the cuisines of the different states in South India. And I don't know if there is a whole lot of difference. I do know that Andhra food is super spicy and like the Hyderabadi biryani and all of that. Wow, I really like it. Like, no joke, really liking it. Neer dosa was something which I did not understand. Like, I was like, what? This is so bland. It barely is anything. Like, it's nothing. It grows on you so quickly. Ended up loving neer dosa.
Arunachal Pradesh is famous in the production of millets, maize, and wheat. So it's no surprise that finger millet flour is the main ingredient for one of the most famous breakfast recipes here called Zaan. Yep, the recipe is also just as quick and short as the name itself. Low carbs, gluten-free, and full of vegetables. So I'm kind of excited about this one.
So it was specifically written in the recipe that this needs to be eaten hot because I'm guessing it really solidifies as we wait for it. The color of my veggies is not showing up. It's all like sort of blended in. Okay. My initial reaction is of relief because I was really nervous how this is going to taste because I've never eaten ragi before. Maybe tasted ragi balls. This maybe one time in Bangalore, but this does not taste very different from upma, I feel. Just a bit more liquid here. I mean, I've not eaten a lot of Indian food that looks like this. This is definitely one of the healthier breakfasts and also like super quick. I'm happy I chose this recipe because this, to be honest, is the most unique to me amongst all the 7 recipes that I tested and tried for this video. So I'm glad I got to eat something so different because if not for this video, I wouldn't have made it, I think.
My next breakfast dish is kachori. Even though it is loved across the country in many different variations, I'm covering this under Rajasthan's cuisine because it is the signature snack there and you can find it on every street corner, literally everywhere in Rajasthan. The use of hing gives it an authentic Rajasthani taste, and Kota kachori specifically is definitely a must try.
This looks very close to what I'm used to eating in Bhilwara, my hometown in Rajasthan. This is good, but being someone who's eaten kachori, samosa, aloo vada and all these snacks pretty much every Sunday of my life in Bhilwara, this is only like 40% of how tasty the food is when it's actually served on the streets. Rajasthanis love deep fried food, I feel like. Samosa, kachori, aloo vada, and then the different sorts of namkeens. And for sabzis also we eat sev tomato ki sabzi, gatte ki sabzi. Another variant of this is pyaz ki kachori. So in Ajmer, I think, or Pushkar or Vijayanagar, we get a kachori maybe as big as a giant plate. And it's not supposed to be eaten in one go. You sort of keep it in your fridge if you take it back home and then keep eating it through a couple of days, I guess. I mean, I like kachori, but it's not like my favorite of the Rajasthani snacks. My favorite, of course, is mirchi vada. Inside a thick green chili, which is also hot. It's not going to be like, it's going to be super hot. It will blow your fucking minds off. And inside that, they stuff even hotter potato mash. Get this right. All of this is served with really hot besan curry. Oh my god. In Rajasthan, in heat sometimes, in like major summers, but you're eating extremely hot. I don't know why that combination works for some reason. I think it's about making yourself super uncomfortable to the point that you actually kind of start to fancy it in some way, like it in some way, I don't know. But yeah, we really like to hurt ourselves with extremely fuck the mind shit level crazy spice.